welcome to day 5 of the SBC Holiday Club Animal Antics. I can't believe we're on day 5.
I know already, it's gone quick, hasn't it?
Yeah. I'm Laura.
And I'm Debbie.
We really hope you've enjoyed it so far. Thank you for joining us for day 5.
Indeed.
Today's story is about a guy called Daniel who got himself into a very sticky situation and had to trust God to help him out. So we'll hear a little bit more about that later.
So for now we're off to Dr. Do Very Little for some more animal facts and terrible jokes. I wonder what the animal will be today. Can you guess? It's a very large animal that lives in the jungle and only eats plants.
Okay.
Off we go.
Hello again everybody and welcome back to Dr. Do Very Little's Jungle Home. I'm here today with Leo again. Hello Leo. You're right there. Yeah. But who's this? We've got a special guest with us today. This is my friend Henry. Henry the hippo. Hippos are really interesting creatures, aren't they? You've never met a hippo before? Well, here we are. Hello. Leo, this is Henry. Henry, this is Leo. You make friends. There we are. They're shaking hands together. You think you get on with Henry, do you? Yeah, he does look nice, doesn't he? The hippo, though, is very interesting. I like hippos. The name hippopotamus comes from Greek words. Hippo meaning horse and potamus meaning river. So hippopotamus means river horse. What do you mean he doesn't look like a horse? No, he doesn't, does he? But that's the name he was given. Hippopotamus, river horse. And although hippos have only very short little legs, they're really fast. In fact, most hippos can outrun humans. They can. So don't get into a race with a hippo, you'll lose. Plus hippos can be very aggressive. If humans go near them, they want to protect their young and they get really quite nasty towards us. Will they eat you? No, they won't, because a hippo is a herbivore. That means an animal that just eats plants. So he won't ever eat you, but he will get quite nasty and he might charge at you. And being charged at by a hippo is not good. I know, it happened one day and I had to jump in the river to get away from it. Oh, I had to swim so fast that day. But Henry here, he's my friend. He's not going to charge at anybody. Should we ask Henry if he knows a hippo joke? Okay, we can do that, can't we? Do you know any jokes about hippos, Henry? You do? It's about a hippo and a lion. Oh, excellent. Oh, I like that. Should we do this then? What's it? What's your joke? Oh, it's a long one. Okay. All right. He says, a man walks into a bar with a hippo, and the hippo lies down and goes to sleep. The man has a drink and then starts to leave. But the manager, as he's leaving, says, "Oi, you can't leave that lion there." And the man says, "That's not a lion, it's a hippo." That's the best joke we've had all week. I love that, Henry. Yeah, it was better than yours. Yeah, it was. All right, don't sulk, run away. Anyway, that's it for today. We've had so much fun with you this week, learning about different animals, and we hope you've enjoyed coming to our jungle home. So, if you want to know any more animal facts, if you have any, or any jokes, drop us a line and tell us what you've been up to with animals. So, goodbye from the jungle, and hopefully we'll see you again one day. Bye from me, a bye from Leo, and bye from Henry. Goodbye, everyone.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Do Very Little. Another terrible joke for us again. Did you get that animal? Yeah, it was a hippo, wasn't it? Brilliant. Well, today we're going to have a story about Daniel, and the story is found in the Bible in the book of Daniel, named after him. Daniel had to make some hard choices. He had to decide, am I going to stay on God's side? Am I going to stay on God's team and be friends with God, even when it means going against what the king has said and will get me in trouble? Well, Daniel decided he would stay on God's team, and God didn't let him down. Over to Bob Hartman now for the story. I hope you join in with all the bits that are repeated. Okay.
So we're going to go dark and damp and deep. That's the name of this story. And there's a chorus as well. So here it goes. We're going to go. The den was dark and damp and deep. The lions growled and roared and leaped. Okay? That's your bit in the middle there. But Daniel got a good night's sleep like that, for God was in there with him. Okay, shall we try it? Here we go. The den was dark and damp and deep. The lions growled and roared and leaped. But Daniel got a good night's sleep, for God was in there with him. Daniel helped the mighty king with any problem he might bring. He gave advice on everything the king would set before him. But Daniel had some enemies, overwhelmed with jealousy, who made an evil plan to see if they could trap and kill him. The den was dark and damp and deep. The lions growled and roared and leaped. But Daniel got a good night's sleep, for God was in there with him. Let's make a law to plainly say that to the king we all must pray. And then when Daniel disobeys, our chance will come to catch him. For anyone who breaks the law will end up in the lion's paws, crushed between the lion's jaws, and that will surely end him. The den was dark and damp and deep. The lions growled and roared and leaped. But Daniel got a good night's sleep, for God was in there with him. So off they went to see the king, and he agreed to everything. It made him proud to think they'd bring their sacred prayers before him. But then, when Daniel disobeyed and bowed his head to God and prayed, the king was sad and so dismayed, for he would have to kill him. The den was dark and damp and deep. The lions growled and roared and leaped. But Daniel got a good night's sleep, for God was in there with him. So in the den poor Daniel dropped. The lions roared and licked their chops. And then quite suddenly they stopped, as someone came to save him. It was an angel bright and white, who gave the lions such a fright. He shut their mouths, he shut them tight, while Daniel sat and watched him. The den was dark and damp and deep. The lions growled and roared and leaped. But Daniel got a good night's sleep, for God was in there with him. And when the king called down next day, Daniel answered back to say that God had answered when he prayed and found a way to save him. The king was thrilled, and so he said, "Bring Daniel up, he is not dead. Drop down his enemies instead, and let the lions eat them." The den was dark and damp and deep. The lions growled and roared and leaped. But Daniel got a good night's sleep, for God was in there with him.
Those lions were fierce, weren't they? I think they've got bigger teeth than you, Archie.
Yeah, they were a bit scary, even for a brave monster like me. But God sorted them out. He's bigger than lions.
God must have really cared about Daniel, mustn't he?
But Daniel was God's friend, and we care about our friends.
Yeah, I care about you.
Thanks, we're good mates.
We're friends. How did Daniel get to be God's friend?
Well, we do things together all the time.
Like eat chocolate?
Yeah, got any chocolate?
Nah, so can't do that then. But we can do lots of other stuff together. And we talk to each other and text each other and all sorts.
So if we talk to God and get to know him, we can be his friends too.
Dr. Do Very Little says anyone can talk to God. Anywhere, anytime.
Anyone? That's me and you. Anywhere?
In the bath, or out for a run, or eating chocolate, or anywhere.
That's amazing. I bet God's listening into our jokes as well.
I've got a joke from Dr. Do Very Little.
So have I. You first.
How does a lion greet other animals?
I don't know, Seb. How does a lion greet other animals?
Pleased to eat you. Now it's your turn, Archie.
How do you count cows?
I don't know. How do you count cows?
With a calculator. Oh, that's a good one. Isn't he, God? Yeah.
Oh, see you later then, Archie.
Okay, Seb. Bye for now.
Thank you, Bob. It is so great to be God's friend. I love God. He has never let me down, even when I'm having like really bad days and I'm really sad and everything is hard. God has never let me down. And you don't have to be a special person to be God's friend. Anyone can be God's friend. Yeah. You can talk to him anywhere, anytime. You don't need special words. One of my absolute favourite verses in the Bible is from Romans 8 verse 31, and it says, "If God is for us, then who can stand against us?" Now, today's activity sheets that you'd either have in the packs that we sent you, or you can download it from the link below, is a couple of mazes. We're going to help our friend Daniel out of the den. So give it a go, see if you can manage it. Now we are going to go to Rory for the final part of Dino dancing, and it's going to be a crowd favourite. That's right, Baby Shark.
Daddy shark, do-do-do-do-do, Daddy shark, do-do-do-do-do, Daddy shark.
Grandma shark, do-do-do-do-do, Grandma shark, do-do-do-do-do, Grandma shark, do-do-do-do-do, Grandma shark.
Grandpa shark, do-do-do-do-do, Grandpa shark, do-do-do-do-do, Grandpa shark, do-do-do-do-do, Grandpa shark. Let's go hunt, do-do-do-do-do, let's go hunt, do-do-do-do-do, let's go hunt, do-do-do-do-do, let's go hunt.
Wow, I love Grandma Shark. Did you see her come on with her Zimmer frame? How funny was that with Rory? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that one. It's down the bottom for you to click on if you want to have a go again, sometimes the longer version as well. Now, over to Avril. She's going to show us today how to do a lion craft. Also, at the bottom, after Avril's talked, you'll find the clip to watch again sometime, and you'll also have another clip that will show you how to draw a lion step by step. Hope you enjoy having a go.
Now today you've been hearing all about Daniel and how he was thrown to the lions, and we're going to make some lion crafts. This is for the younger ones. Okay, we're going to make a lion head. Now you can use a paper plate or you can use a circle of card, and I've drawn a lion's face in the side. And to make all the curly mane, all you need to do is to get some coloured paper and wrap it round a pencil. Okay, and when you pull it off, it's nice and curly, and then you can stick it on to your lion. So I've stuck lots of paper all around the lion's head, and then I've given him some ears at the side here. So you've got a bit of coloured paper to make a lovely lion's face.
How to draw a lion in 11 steps. Now it's time for us to go to another song. Thank you, Awesome Cutlery, for the song God is Bigger. It tells us whatever goes wrong, God is bigger than any problems or worries, and it's a bit of a fun song to sing too. Join in with them. Have a go at making up your own actions maybe.
Sometimes life can get us down. Things that happen make us frown. Slip on a banana skin, trip and fall into a bin. Sometimes we just wonder why. Things that happen make us cry. We get ill or hurt ourselves, but we can always tell each other. We can always tell each other. God is bigger. God is stronger than anything that could ever go wrong. God is faithful. God is loving, working in us to make us like His Son. Sometimes people make us sad, wind us up and make us mad, call us names or pull our hair, laugh about our underwear. Sometimes we feel on our own. Things that happen make us grow. Nothing seems to go our way, but we can always tell each other. We can always tell each other. God is bigger. God is stronger than anything that could ever go wrong. God is faithful. God is loving, working in us to make us like His Son. This is the part where you can make some noise. Say ho, 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 ho. Let me hear everybody, everybody, let me hear. Say ho. God is bigger. He is bigger, 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 bigger. God is stronger. He is stronger than a hurricane. God is faithful and He's loving, loving. God is bigger. He is bigger.
Today's challenge is a challenge of skill. You need to choose 20 objects. In the video they used grapes and sweets, but you can use whatever you've got around the house, and you're going to move them from one bowl to another without using your hands. You've got to use a straw and you've got to suck them from one thing and blow them into the other. See how fast you can do it and see if you can beat the boys. Have a little look. thank you so much, guys, for doing the challenge. They did really well. See if you can beat them. Let us know at online@spaldingbaptist.org.uk.
Well, we hope you really enjoyed yourselves this week. We certainly have. And it seems it's terrible that it's over. But it's not, is it, Laura?
Woohoo!
It's not over.
It's not! Amazing! Guess what? We have got one more day on Sunday. It's the day 6 of Animal Antics. We are merging SBC Gen Z, which is our Sunday morning live stream, with Holiday Club. So join us at the usual time of 10 o'clock on our Spalding Baptist Church Facebook page. The link is down below.
Yeah, so don't forget, it's 10 o'clock the usual time, but a different place at the Facebook Live. But if that gets a bit confusing for you, or you don't really use Facebook, don't worry, because we're going to post it onto YouTube a little bit later on that day when it's finished. So you can either see us live at 10 o'clock on Spalding Baptist Facebook, or you can come back to the YouTube and see us later, or both, of course.
Yes, watch us twice.
Absolutely.
Life is fun. And if you've enjoyed us, do not worry, because we're on YouTube, so all of the stuff is staying on here, and you can just rewatch whatever you want.
You can Dino dance as many times as you want over the next 6 months.
Definitely.
Or whatever else it is you want to enjoy. So, we have another clip of Laura in the lab, don't we?
We do, and this one is a little bit messy, so please do take it outside.
And take care, yeah.
Yes.
So, enjoy the science and goodbye.
Bye. Good morning, my name is Laura and this is my lab. Welcome to day 5 of Laura's lab. In these videos I have been showing you some experiments that you can do from home with some things that you might find around the house and a little bit of grown-up help. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own bubble snakes. So let's get into it. You might have noticed that I don't have anything in front of me. That is because today's experiment is very, very, very messy. Very messy. So it's definitely one that needs to be done outside, and I'm going to hand over to Laura in the garden for the rest of this episode. That's right, we're going to be making some bubble snakes. If you don't have an outdoor space, then I think a bathroom would probably work. So the equipment you're going to need is some washing up liquid, a cup of cold water, some sort of container, an old sock or an old dishcloth, something like that, some elastic bands, and something you can blow through, so either an empty cardboard tube or a plastic bottle that your grown-up has cut the bottom off. If you've done this, you need to be really careful of the sharp edges. I tried to make a colourful rainbow snake by putting food colouring onto the end of the sock, but this didn't quite work, so let's just all ignore this step. Step 1, we're going to make the bubble solution. All you need for this is around a cup of water and about 3 squirts of washing up liquid. This might change depending on the washing up liquid, so play about if you need to. Give it a little mix, and this is your bubble solution. Step 2, take your tube, I'm going to use the bottle, and we're going to add your sock or cloth to the big end. Now, take your elastic band and pop it round. Just like that. This is where the fun starts. Take your tube and dip it in your bubble mixture, and then blow bubbles. How amazing is that? How long can you make your snake? Woo! With a normal bubble wand, you have the bubble mixture in one end, and then you've got a big loop that you can blow bubbles through. Socks have lots and lots of little holes that are all crisscrossing like this. So when we dip our sock into the bubble mixture and then you blow, the air is wiggling through all of the holes and making lots and lots of bubbles. Isn't that amazing? I hope you have a lot of fun with this at home. See if you can make a really, really long bubble snake. Thank you for joining me this week. I hope you have a great time with all the experiments we've been doing. Bye!